The Coast Road North is full of twists and turns, which is a very good thing.
Oh man, look at that.
Because every bend leads to a glorious view.
So you really go from some of the most amazing trees I've ever seen to some of the most beautiful coastline I've ever seen, all in about a mile.
This is a smart road because it knows exactly where to find our history, both human and natural.
Basically the sea and the sky and the mountain. So it's magic.
This is a wise road well worth following to see some of the best of California.
The bridge, the Golden Gate. This is where our fabulous road trip north to the Oregon border begins, and I'm always excited to take this trip because there's not a bad mile on the whole drive. There are all sorts of things to do and to see starting right here at the Marin Headlands.
The Marin Headlands, part of the Golden Gate National Recreation Area, feels 1,000 miles away, yet you can still see San Francisco. This is a natural escape from hectic urban life. A bright piece of our past crowns the rugged shoreline. Volunteer docent Phil Sennett enjoys showing people around the historic Point Bonita Lighthouse.
Every time I come out here, Doug, I swear, every time over the years I've been here, I have to stop and just have this soak in. It's so beautiful. And it's never the same price.
The weather's always changing.
It's always
the wind
changing.
is always changing.
Skylights, even in a storm, it's gorgeous.
The views in the headlands are gorgeous too. And so are the sounds of nature being healed. The Marine Mammal Center rescues and rehabilitates hundreds of seals, sea lions, and sea otters each year. All of us can stop by to see the healing taking place.
The sea lions have little earlobes or ear flaps.
But staff member Susan Andrus says we can do more than watch. We can volunteer.
We have about 800 volunteers.
800 volunteers.
800 volunteers.
All walks of life, all ages.
All walks of life, all ages, 18 and up.
Returning animals to the wild is what every volunteer works for. From the headlands, Highway 1 heads north, and so do we. Down to Stinson Beach, a popular coastal getaway for more than 100 years.
19th century.
19th century. This was a place of hunting and fishing and relaxation.
Scott Ty owns Off the Beach, a local surf and kayak shop, and he knows all about Stinson Beach, both past and present.
So the world we see right now in Stinson Beach is really, in a certain way, just the updated version of the world that existed here more than 100 years ago.
Different people, different businesses, but basically the structure's the same.
People coming here for the same reasons?
Same reasons, for the beach, the mountain, the sense of a small village, a small community. And they like that. It's something maybe they're looking for.
The Village Green Park reflects that sense of community.
And this was really created by the community.
This was a volunteer-created park. It was funded by state funds for local district parks, and it was built by local volunteer help.
Local folks also raised money to build this handsome new library.
Oh, wow, look at this here. What is this?
Anybody who wants can stop in to see visual proof of the town's history when coaches, not cars, brought people here. And when people stopped, as many do today, at Becker's by the Beach, which opened in 1906.
This is the grocery store. This is the crossroads of the community, and it's been this way for over 100 years.
But Stinson is best known for one thing, the beach.
There's all kinds of water activity. Because it's a lifeguarded beach, it's a safe beach, it's a beach where the family can bring the kids and feel comfortable with the fact that there's guardians looking after them. It's a clean beach, and there isn't a lot of turmoil here. It's a place where everybody kind of lets their guard down and enjoys themselves.
It's not hard to enjoy yourself along the beach, but for us, after fueling up at the local espresso stand, the road north beckons. Pretty soon, we head straight up the Olema Valley. That's it down there. It straddles the famous San Andreas Fault. Evidence of the fault's powerful past is visible along the earthquake trail at Point Reyes National Seashore.
This trail that we're on here, people can come and get a guided, self-guided tour, really. to see
Yes,
what happened here.
notices have been placed along by the Park Service giving good accounts of what happened in 1906. This one talks about the offset in the fence that was caused by the faulting.
Seismologist Bruce Bolt shows me how the earth moved dramatically during the great 1906 earthquake.
Here is one part of a fence. Over here is the other part of the fence,
Oh, man.
16 feet apart.
That fence over here moved from there all the way over here
That's correct, yes.
in a matter of seconds.
In a matter of seconds during the slip in this great earthquake.
And pretty soon we slipped back into gear, past the bays and the ranches of West Marin. We reclaimed the coast up in Sonoma, where 17 miles of stunning beaches provide relaxation for humans and for harbor seals who love to lounge on the sand where the Russian River meets the sea. Just beyond, the road switchbacks sharply uphill to reveal spectacular scenery and the cows who know it best. Downhill and northward a few miles is a rustic reminder of California's complex history.
Fort Ross was a settlement that was constructed in 1812 by the Russians as a sea otter hunting outpost. It was built in this place to be far enough away from the Spanish influences in California that made the Russians feel safe here.
Was here as a business.
Ranger Bill Walton says that Russian hunters and traders lived at Fort Ross until 1842.
Well, this is the residence of Ivan Kuskov. He lived in this upper portion of the building.
Kind of like the executive suites up here, huh?
Kind of like the executive suite, yeah.
Now the fort is a state park. It consists of 5 reconstructed and restored buildings and 1 original structure.
We look at the gold rush and we think that's California history, but there was a lot going on before that too. And the outpost here is a big part of it.
Rangers and docents such as Robin Joy interpret the ways of life of Russian settlers. And the old cannon is still set to fire.
Oh!
Meanwhile, we fire up and continue our marvelous odyssey along the scenic shoreline of California's north coast.